Welcome to the Financial Wellness Academy, educating and empowering you to master your money so that you can live the life that you desire. My name is Caitriona Ellis, and today we're going to be talking about money and what energy has to do with it or not, based on your perspective. So, it's probably a topic that may be source of conflict, of disagreement, and that's fine. Everybody has to figure out whether this is something that resonates with them or not. And if it doesn't, that's absolutely fine. For me, this is something that has made a significant difference with my money. So it's something that I really like to talk about and to share with the clients I work with, and in venues such as this. So in the early days of my own struggles with money and being in a place of financial desperation, it was a very simple thing that switched me out of really having a very heavy negative feeling around money and everything to do with money that was responsible for getting me on the right track. And that one simple thing was around gratitude. So, starting to, instead of looking at all the things I didn't have and at all the things from a money perspective that weren't working in my life at that time, I was encouraged as I progressed through my own education around financial wellness to explore the idea of gratitude and how it impacted or didn't money and how I did money. And so I thought, well, look, what have I got to lose? So I started to play with it. And before I would go to bed at night, I would get out my journal and start to write down all the things that I was grateful for. At that particular time, I had three very small children, and sleep was something that was hard to come by. So when I would get into bed to do this, I inevitably really struggled to do it. So fell by the wayside. But what took its place was an amended version of that, which allowed me to get to the same end result, but just with a slightly different method. So, for those of you who journal, this is a great thing to add into your routine. For those of you who the thought of journaling sends senses of dread through your body, that's fine. I get that. So, here was my approach: was really simply, before I closed my eyes, to run through in my head all the things that I was grateful for. And that really started to make me very conscious and aware as to, despite the fact there were many things that weren't going to plan at all, and there were many challenges from a money perspective all around me, I had a lot to be grateful for. And I was reminded of this very recently when I was dealing with another financial curveball, which had the potential really for a wipeout. And one of the first things that I started to do to help me through this was, okay, let's just pause a second. What are all the things that you have to be grateful for right now? And that started to get me to see that, wow, the level of things that you are grateful for far outweighs the struggles that you have right now. And it really is a great sense of counterbalance. So bringing a different energy to that, an energy of gratitude, as opposed to an energy of lack and anxiety and worry and stress. They're very debilitating. I've experienced them all at varying times and to varying degrees. So I know personally the impact that they can have, and they really can physically have and mentally have a massive impact. And that's not to say that we don't acknowledge those. We absolutely do, because what you don't want to do with any of those feelings that you experience around money is ignore them, try and put a lid on them, because I have learned the hard way that trying to put a lid on experiences like that really, it just means that they're going to come up and in a different way down the line. So deal with them, deal with the stress, find ways to counteract that. Don't suppress it. Just get rid of it in a healthy way, and then start to nudge yourself into a place of, okay, well, look, this is what I have to deal with. But when I bring a lightness and a sense of genuine gratitude for all the things I have in my life, well, that throws a very different light on it. So I've shared with you a really simple practice as to how you can start to shift the balance and shift the energy around what you might be experiencing right now in your money. It's obviously something that we can do easily. You just need to have the will, the desire to actually try it. So, what have you got to lose in trying this little exercise? So, choose a time of the day, whether it's first thing in the morning works better for you, whether it's last thing at night, whether it's maybe you go for a lunchtime walk, whatever it is, where in your current routine can you stack this little addition to your habit? Maybe it's while you're brushing your teeth in the morning or at nighttime. And as you're doing that, you're running through the things in your head as to why you are grateful for your money. And it is amazing the difference that you will feel when you start to introduce that to your life. And as I shared back in 2015, when I started on this journey, it was that practice that really started to shift me out of feeling financial desperation in every cell of my body to actually getting me to that place of, wow, actually, I can see some light at the end of the tunnel. And where I am right now is not as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, there are some things that need to be dealt with, and I will deal with those in time. But it's much easier deal with those things when you're coming at it from a sense of lightness and not from dread and stress and anxiety. It's much easier find creative solutions. It is much easier for opportunities to be identified when you're looking at it with different color glasses. So I highly encourage you to see where you can incorporate that very simple habit, whether it's in written format or mentally running through it. In my mind, they are equally as effective because they're changing your state from being in a place of emotions that really draining you of energy to putting you in a place of emotions that will fuel what it is that you need to do to get yourself out of where you are to where you want to be. So nothing really super clever about it, just something very simple. To me, what I found, it's been hugely effective. So give it a try and feel free to share your experiences with it. I'd love to know, share in the comments below. Drop me an email, connect with me on social media, and let me know how you go incorporating that. And see you on a vlog soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.